Holy cow, 219.6. It wasn't 220. I can't believe it. Made some progress. So let's get our shoes on and head on over to the fitness center. Get on that treadmill. I can't believe it wasn't 220. It's been 220 every day for a week. It's crazy. 219.6. I'm very excited. Get those shoes tied tight. Get our gear to make us sweat on. If you'll notice in the description today, I'm going to start putting in my calories for the day. So I'm predetermining what I'm going to eat after this, but I'm going to do my low-fat goulash all week. And I gave myself a snack of some, or did I? Did I put a snack in there? I can't remember. I don't think I did. I think I was like, eat that much good. It's a 500 calorie portion, 520 calorie portion of that goulash plus a 200 calorie glass of milk is a crazy amount of food. I shouldn't need to eat again. So what's up? I'll show you what I mean. This is a 520 calorie portion of that low-fat goulash I made. And it's a lot. It's probably more than I can eat. We'll do some, if we can't eat it all, we'll do leftovers and have a seventh meal out of it. But I portioned it up into 7. I ate it first last night, and I've got 6 more for this week. Because the original recipe showed 14 servings at 260 calories per serving. So I'll do, being a bigger guy, I'm going to do 7 servings at 520, which is still and then a glass of milk's more than I thought it was. My big old Yeti cup here, 200 calories to fill it up with milk. But that's what I've been doing, so that's what I'm going to count. I thought that hair looks good, dude. Thanks. I didn't know milk was that much, but I checked the carton, and I'm starting to really pay attention to all that. So we got everything we need. We got our headset. We got our mobile device. We got our selfie stick with our phone. So let's head on over, and I'll see you guys at the fitness center. All right, we are outside. Change this over to the front cam. So you can see my lovely face. It is unbelievably gorgeous today. 73 degrees, very light wind. We got some pretty good storms last night, but the line of storms was literally moving at 105 miles an hour. So the rain lasted 5 minutes. They were little spin ups, nothing to worry about in Oklahoma. We get that fun starting next month. The big boys, supercell type things. This was more of a straight line event. But it was crazy. Those storms were moving at 105 miles an hour, clipping across the plain like that. You don't see that very often. But anyway, beautiful, beautiful day. Feels like middle of spring already. Coming around the last turn, the old fitness center. We'll get mounted up. We'll get some tunes playing, and we'll start walking. Try to knock off 550 to 600 calories today. All right. Let me make sure my Wi-Fi is connected to the one I want it to. It is. Okay, yeah, we're all connected to the right one. Let's see if we can get this phone mounted the way we want it. We'll get the cord to hook up right. If we can get the cord to hook up and behave and not pull the phone sideways, that would be a nice bonus. Yes, pulls on it a little bit, but can wrap it a little tighter over here. I think we'll be okay with that. Okay, let me down just a touch. Perfect. Get some tunes going. Open up YouTube, open up my library, go to my playlists.
Searching for a new Toyota?
Start my headset.
Right now. Check out the latest offer on
Got to do that too. There we go. Punch the volume up. We're good. Tunes have started. We're going to walk. Up 3.3, get the incline up to 3.0, and we're going. Let's check out the comments. All right, we had several folks. Lubus Cartel's here. What's up, Todd? Snyder Handyman, good to see you. Whoa. Just about knocked my phone off the stand. Just trying to get this thing straighter. Okay, looks good, dude. Oh, the goulash, yeah. Grew up with 5 siblings. Yeah, it's hard to get any leftovers. Hard to get any for yourself when you got that many kids in the house. Do I like the low-fat Greek yogurt? Yeah, I've got some Chobani, which is the lowest added sugar one I could find. And the calories are great, but the added sugars are, even with Chobani, this is the Greek fruit on the bottom stuff, it's still like 19% of your daily added sugars or something for one little 80-calorie cup. But I do like it, and I get it sometimes. Have to use plain yogurt when cooking in recipes, yeah. Yep. And Midnight Goddess is here, says hey, hey. Hey to you too. Cotty's Place has made it, frozen. And Schneider said, I remember being in Fort Riley, and the insane storms we would get there, yeah, out of nowhere. It's crazy in the spring. And Blue asked Snyder the obvious question. Come on, Blue. You knew that was a performance. Come on, Blue, buddy. Solar and I might have something planned for the next time. We didn't get done eating quite quick enough to get on this afternoon, but we may have a similar event next time Solar's on with Vaughn. I think you'll like it, Schneider Handyman. It was his idea. And Lubus had said never use it in recipes, just as a snack, yeah. It's a good snack. I've got some of those little Chobani 80-calorie cups. Plain Greek yogurt is great for fish taco sauce. Yeah, sure is. And Blue, I've discovered that I really do not like Von Elton. Nobody, who knew? Who knew, Blue? Try walking a mile in Von's socks. Oh, no, thank you. That's disgusting. Off to the shower, says Schneider. Have a good one, man. I didn't miss you. I just used sour cream, but I'll have to try Greek yogurt. Yeah, you can always substitute the Greek yogurt anytime you have sour cream. It works out just perfectly well. And Cotty's Place says, take care. All right, now we're caught up with the chat. We're off and walking. Tried to do our full time today. 3.3 speed, 3.0 incline. That'll get us some calories, especially with this silly thing on again. This one's hot. Makes no sense. I moved the phone that way and I get further out of frame. But that looks pretty good right there. The trick really is the charger. It's the cord is pulling it down. Especially with me walking, it tends to vibrate. wants to move down even more. The stand is holding it nicely. It's working fine. Okay, first lap almost complete. Our first quarter mile today. And our first quarter mile time for the day, 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And Midnight Goddess says carnivorous ape is asleep in voice chat. Hilarious. Flubus Cartel says grilled chicken with a side of mixed vegetables is a good weight loss meal. Yeah, I still eat it regularly, even though I'm not currently trying to lose more weight. Yeah, big old doggone pack of chicken breasts, and you can bake them too. You don't even have to grill them; just bake them. I'm a big fan. And fresh veggies, of course. I get all the vegetables I want in them. I mean, I make a big salad. If you saw that Tupperware bowl I brought out earlier, I got 12 of them, and I make 5 salads. I make 6 salads, one for the weekend, in those size bowls, and they're almost full. But it's like I stuff them full with lettuce and cabbage. Can't go wrong with lettuce and cabbage. I think it's a little around 600 calorie salad. Most of it is the dressing and the croutons, and a little bit on the cubed cheese. Cheese isn't too bad. The croutons and the dressing get you. I could do without them, and have even fewer calories, but I like the croutons and a little bit of dressing. Yeah, lemon on the chicken, absolutely. I like my big salad, and I cannot lie. Got little cherry tomatoes in it. I take my mandarin and fresh chop some vegetables, celery, of course the lettuce and the cabbage. Dice up some cheese. I use a 1 pound brick of cheese for 6 salads. So that's not a lot of cheese. Put baby carrots in there, just whole. What else? What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, mushrooms. I buy a 24-ounce thing of sliced mushrooms, and then I just lay them out on a cutting board and dice them even finer. And they almost look like egg. Have the same consistency of a hard-boiled egg, but it's mushrooms. They hardly have any calories. Yeah, avoiding carbs and fats, absolutely. My goulash has some carbs in it. I've got some pasta in there. You can just eat like meat and dairy. Dairy, not so much. Dairy has some fat in it, but who wants to just eat meat and dairy? It's a journey. We don't have to lose it all today. I keep seeing things online like, calories is calories. Calories in, calories out. Yeah, great way to lose weight. Although I've been doing that, and I plateaued for a good strong 2 weeks now. And that's why I'm showing my calories. Maybe somebody can tell me what the heck I'm doing wrong. Or I'm just, I may have some insulin resistance going on, some high cortisol. I'm taking prednisone right now, which jacks your cortisol, in your blood. And that can make you store your fat, not burn it. And I may be maybe bulking somewhat from all the walking. Losing some fat but gaining muscle. And you know how that goes. Coming up on a half mile. Half mile time for today. Is it going to be over 9? It is. 9 minutes, 1 second. Well, we're just consistent on that. But the mile time won't be 18:02. It's so weird. Anyway, I keep seeing these videos on YouTube. Stop eating sugar for 2 weeks and see what happens. It's like, how can you stop eating sugar? You can't. You couldn't do that. I don't know how anybody could stop eating all sugars for 2 weeks. Sugar's in everything, Jack. Now, if the video was like, stop eating so much sugar, I get that. Stop eating foods with added sugars. Go-Gurt's like, okay, too much added sugars in Go-Gurt. Somebody bring up that nutritional panel. I bet one little tube of Go-Gurt is 60% of your daily value of added sugars. I bet you. About like most of the yogurt you buy in cups. Look at the back of those things. Holy cow, it's a lot of added sugar. Diabetes. Yes, Lon's got it. He can claim he doesn't, but he's got it. Got the diabetes. What is this thing? Because it's flipped? I move it this way to get in frame, and it goes farther out. My camera is pointing here, and yet my face is in the middle. It's so weird. Just make sure you don't go into extreme calorie deficiency. Yeah, that's why I'm posting them now. That's why I'm looking all that stuff up. Total calories divided by 6 for my salads, that kind of stuff. Speaking of health and fitness, did you happen to catch a glimpse of Von's feet? Yes, I did, Idaho Outdoors. It was disgusting. Yeah, I should quit cursing. How dare I? Von's going to Hague for what he did to those innocent socks. Those socks were around in the Stone Age. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was, I don't know what that was. Holy cow, no soles on them at all. I don't know how you could even call that a sock. It was only around like one toe. Unbelievable, he showed his feet in that state. He has no shame. Says Cotty's Place, and Idaho Outdoors adds, the feet and the socks both look like they had been through Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I can't argue with that. Yeah, it's unbelievable how easily he's goaded into doing shit. Socks look like that, imagine his underwear. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Lola Z, no thank you. And Revolver Bernie says those socks had to rot to be in that state. Fluba says it looked like he had been driving a Flintstone vehicle across Kentucky. Maybe he has. Holy cow. Yeah, I couldn't believe he showed that too. Doesn't have the good sense to be embarrassed by those socks. Unbelievable. That's just driving me crazy. I don't care if it's off center. I want the damn phone to be in the middle of the thing. Coming up on 3/4 of a mile. Around 13 and a half is going to be. And our 3/4 mile time, 13 minutes. 29 seconds, we burned 78 calories. Once again, distance plus laps equals calories. Revolver Bernie says Vaughn's underwear has been to other dimensions man wasn't meant to know. The streak dimension, apparently. The brown streaks. At least according to Andrea. Flubus says the best part about Vaughn is his lack of self-awareness. Excuse me. He broadcasts his miserable life for the world to see. Yes, he does. Yeah, not in the mood for the music, I think. I just want to walk. That right leg isn't getting any better. I couldn't really tell. And Connie's Place asks, is it true that the executive role is over and he is the whole owner? I doubt it. I really doubt it. It doesn't make any sense that probate would be over while there are still stolen assets to be recovered. Part of what probate would do. So I don't believe in Connie's Place, no. Blues Cartel says they aren't skid marks anymore. It's full-on burnout. Thank you for that image. Full-on burnout. Something is fishy, yeah. And Revolver Bernie says Solar smoking crack like a boss. I don't know what was up with him today. Wow. I got a hold of him on Messenger. And we set up a little something, but he said he was eating. And he wasn't live. He was still on the stream, but he was downstairs getting something to eat. So he was going to message me when he was ready. And they ended the stream before that happens. I said, maybe next time we'll get him. My plan is to go on his phone live on Vaughn's stream. Say a few interesting things. We'll see how Vaughn reacts. How can he move so fast with fake legs? Solar doesn't have fake legs. That's weird. I love being in the background listening to this. It says Blue Lamp. Hi, Blue Lamp. Solar does not have fake legs. Hit like, everyone. You can if you want. I'm not too worried about likes. It's a burner channel. It's not going to be around forever. It's hard to build an archive when people keep hitting you with strikes. Eventually, it's going to go away. Cody's Place says, looking forward to that. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good when we get worked out. And Flubit says, have you ever seen a picture of fossilized dinosaur fecal matter? Yeah. Quote, who's the guy in Jurassic Park? Jeff Goldblum. It's a big pile of shit. Coming around lap 4 for our first mile. That's why you don't post videos of yourself in the bathtub. Thank you. Somebody had to say it. Somebody tell J-Dubs. It's not sexy. It's not attractive. It's repulsive. Him and his chest hair in the tub. It's just not what anybody wants to see, including his own wife. He's repulsive. Haven't been that disgusted by an online image since I saw Red's backside, the infamous buttholes shot. Whoever edited wild horses into that video was a genius. Yeah. All right, coming up on 1 mile. 10 seconds to go. It's going to be under 18 minutes again. Our 1 mile time today is 17 minutes and 58 seconds. 104 calories burned. Fat Photog, yo. Subscribe to Fat Photog. Lou, if you want to drop his link in there, that'd be great. And everybody should subscribe to Fat Photog. He does some very, very good work. Always funny. Oh. Feet are a little stiff today, not surprisingly. Her legs are. Tried to do 2 yesterday. Wound up doing about 300 calories on the second go, and had to get out of here. There were big storms coming. my phone started going off with tornado watches and severe thunderstorm warnings, and I was like, I'd better go home. I don't want to be in here. The Geek Room, God, I think they went on another hour and a half. I didn't even watch it all. But I deleted the night stream from yesterday because I didn't want their private video going out on my channel. That's not right. It's one thing to do it live, it's another to leave it up on the internet. Probably shouldn't. Photog is the Ed Wood of Stanley Kubrick's. That's revolver burning. Okay. That works for me. Anybody see where Vaughn was holding up court documents today? And I went back and froze the screen, slow tapped through it. You can't see anything. There's nothing. I mean, nothing. He was moving them so fast by the camera. Didn't focus on them. There's no chance. Can't see a goddamn thing. I really wanted to see that list of the inventory estate and appraisal. Really wanted to see that. He didn't show the bottom of it, so you couldn't see what he wrote down. Even if you could read it, which you can't. Damn you, Vaughn. Why couldn't you put it up to the camera and hold it there for a minute? Really wanted to see that. Confirm that he told the court there were $1,000 bills in mason jars and 1939 war bonds worth 200 grand. I really wanted to see that. Oh, really wanted to see that. Did not get to. Revolver Bernie says the judge could easily reject his papers for being poorly written and dubious math. Yep. I mean, these are not trivial matters. We're dealing with an estate probate. It's very important. Gray Alien Vaughn took a shot at says, greetings all, as he is wont to do in his videos as well. Greetings to you too. Gray Alien that Vaughn took a shot at. Greetings all. Greetings all, this is Sean Connery. Ha ha! Well met. Well met, sir. Billions. Billions and billions of dollars in this estate. Billions. This damn phone is just not going to cooperate with me today. Really wants to pull over to the sides. Sorry if I'm not right in frame. I'm close enough and you can hear me, so the hell with it. Now with you. To be honest, I'd be surprised if the judge can spell himself. Man, that's not probably too far off. It's Kentucky. Coming up on 1.25 miles, about 10 seconds to go. Have a time for you here in a minute. Our 1 mile and 1.25 mile time is 22 minutes, 26 seconds, 130 calories. Revolver Bernie says Vaughn lives in a double wide FEMA trailer. He's crying over hundreds of dollars. Hundreds. How do we know that's really a FEMA trailer? Because he says so? I don't believe him. I don't think I believe him. Why would FEMA put a trailer in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky? Can't be a lot of natural disasters there. Doesn't really make any sense. Gray Alien says, trying to catch up on Vaughn stuff, but what I did catch is him showing his feet to prove he didn't have a bracelet on. Definitely going to include it in my next video. You should. You should. Those socks, holy cow. Holy hell, those socks. My God. It was hilarious. It says Cotty's Place. Excellent. It was hilarious and very creepy. I was a little weirded out when I got a phone notification that Vaughn was live, and I went to start my snack process, and Secular was already doing it. Like, that's weird. But it worked out okay. I wound up rebroadcasting it later on my Lindsay Borden channel. You can go and see that. In fact, we did two, because then they did an afternoon stream, and I got all of that live. Sam came in, so it's a bit of a downer. Nobody likes it when Sam's there. The most exercise Vaughn has had in months. Gray Alien says, oh yes, Vaughn giving us some gold of late. Revolver Bernie says, both look like single wides. I looked it up. King of the Slugs will lose his stolen toys. Huh. Already 5:30? Yes, it is. 5:30 here. Revolver Birdie said, a month-long nervous breakdown. That's why you don't give $3,000 to random women on the internet from the estate that hired you. Yeah, you shouldn't, probably. Oh, someone else is here. Never happens. Coming up on 1.5 miles. And the 1.5 mile time today, 26 minutes, 55 seconds, 156 calories. Jeff Spicoli says, I think the reason he's raging lately is because of the back child support. Jeff, that's the one thing I actually believe on about. I think the court did order him to pay $50 a month. Because that's like something a court would do. He'll never get out of that hole. I think they know they can't get anything else out of him. Yeah, Vaughn's new will is the old one. That's officially been revoked by the latest one. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any way there's a new will. Too many people invested in the first one would have been invited to see it. And then an opportunity would have been given to contest it, which has not been given. So none of that makes sense at all. 70 minutes to go. We're coming up on 30 minutes walk. My daddy's estate gonna be going to my horse mods. Sure, Bernie. Jeffrey says if you paid any back child support with the estate money, he'll have to answer for you. pay well. And we know he did because that's the only money he has. You can't pay for it with EBT. And Gray Alien says, I'm confused about the order of things. Is Bond putting the Frosts in jail first, the Trolls, or G-Man? I think the latest is G-Man first, isn't it? Yeah, Stinky owes at least 70K child support. Them's rookie numbers. Yes, indeed. I'd hate to think what I paid over the entire time I paid child support. $687 a month, starting when they were 5-ish, 18 or 13 years. You do the math, 13 years times $687 a month. That's a lot of child support. Well, he's got 3 kids, and they were out of his care. Gosh, what? If you added it all up, maybe 5 years of their entire 13-year-old lives. The only concrete number Vaughn's been saying seems legit. Yeah, Connie's place, you paid it more than you can say for Vaughn, and I was never even late. Except for when there was, at one point I had a job, and they were garnishing it. And I was bi-weekly, and they told, there was a formula, CPS told our accountant what to withhold from my checks, and he did, promptly on time, every 2 weeks. And at the end of the year, since it's figured monthly, not bi-weekly, I was short something like $17 because the end of the year hit in the middle of the bi-weekly or something. So for the 12 months, I was short $17. They intercepted a tax refund. After they told the accountant that worked for my company what to withhold, and he did it correctly, they figured that's what it was, they figured interest monthly. So what happens when you're bi-weekly, you usually get 2 checks a month, and in the 6 months you get 3 checks. So all those first 5 months where I was getting 2 checks, I was getting behind on the monthly because I was only paying 2. It's complicated, but I was getting behind like $17 a month. And they would charge interest on that every month that I was behind. So that built up. And that's why they garnished a tax. They intercepted a tax refund. And it was diddly money, but they still did that instead of just figuring it out correctly. Those people are just bizarre. After that, I got with my accountant and said, the accountant just let me pay them straight. And I online paid them every month on like the 1st or the 4th, somewhere in there. Just let me handle it. Quit sending checks to him. Don't take it out of me. And fortunately, he was cool because he was court ordered to take that money out. And I convinced him, no, I will pay it myself. I won't screw you over. And that's the only way I could avoid that interest charge. Isn't that ridiculous? After that's the way they told him to pay it. Unbelievable. Or, that's not correct. This is 2 jobs ago. He wound up taking half a month out of each check. And when I had those two checks that were the 3rd of the month, he didn't take anything out. So he worked it out so that it would work better for me. Guy from Craig, Oklahoma. Can't remember his name now. Big tall guy. It's really nice. He was really cool to help me out like that. So he took a little extra than what they told him to take out. And it covered that non-check in the first 10 of the 12 months when he only got 2 checks. And then I just had 2 checks where I got the full amount, which was cool. So he took 26 checks worth out of 24 checks and left 2 of them alone. I hope that all made sense. It's a long story. But that's part of dealing with agencies like CPS. They're morons. Child Human Services here, Oklahoma Department of Child Protective Services, I don't know what the fuck it was. Pain in the ass. You call them on stuff, you can't reason with those people at all. It's like, you told me to pay this much a check, and then you charged me interest because I was getting behind? No. Anyway, back to the chat. Cat is here. Says, didn't the Frost send Albanian drug dealers to plant Skyrim mods in spaghetti? And then Vaughn had to fight them off with his Punisher skills, and that's why he's having legal trouble, yeah. Jeffrey said, let's just figure out how to get her thrown in prison. Here. Revolver Bernie says, nah, Vaughn been punishing them puppies with Frost. His children are gone forever. And Cat had said, oh, I thought he was putting the dogs in his Schwans, my bad. Well, he put them in the trash with the Schwans, that's close enough. Put them in the trash with the Schwans, empty trays. So there's that. Vaughn will be 6 feet under within a year. Bold assertion there. Bold prediction, let's say that. I would say I hope so, but that's probably a terroristic threat or death threat. Wouldn't want to be thrown in jail. Bernie says the course would be to just toss him in the dumpster. Oh, and Schneider's back says, you forget, Todd, not sending him donations or his son's checks getting cut off is attempted murder. You're right. Glad I caught myself. Ted Schneider says I wouldn't take that bad about him being 6 foot under within a year. Yeah, I don't know if that I would either. I predict things will fall apart quickly once the estate money is gone. 13K left, says Flubus Cartel. Coming up on 2 miles. 10 seconds. I will have a time for you in a moment for 2 miles. And our 2 mile time today is 35 minutes, 52 seconds. 208 calories burned. Still, time plus laps equals calories. Schneider Handyman said, I would not bet he has 6 months left. And Revolver Bernie adds, Jerry is gone forever because of a stain on a blouse. A stain on a blouse. This summer is going to be one for the ages, predicts Flubus Cartel. You're full of predictions today. And by the way, let me add again, I just think it's hilarious that you changed your name from Flubus Cartrell to Flubus Cartel in honor of Larry Frost and his superior reading ability. or inferior eyesight, whichever the case may be. Flubus Cartel. Cantrell was just too much for him to read, I guess. I just find it hilarious. Idaho Outdoors asks, I have a feeling that his estate money will run out before the county takes the property for taxes. What do you think the end game is? Airbnb by the Vaughn? I'm hoping under the bridge troll for the Vaughn. But that probably won't happen because it's Kentucky. Some facility, Section 8 or whatever, for low income, no income people will probably jump in and help him. They'll get some of that nice low rent housing or no rent housing. Or it's possible they'll actually commit him and he'll go to some sort of facility. That's probably more likely. I just don't think they want to spend any more resources on the guy. I can't imagine that all the government officials there aren't sick of him by now. That's just my guess. I think when he said he got a feeling the estate money will run out, it's going to run out. One thing we can see in Vaughn's patterns, he will waste the money. Revolver Bernie says, nah, violating the will leads to prosecution. Hell cell, baby. And Gray Alien says, is everyone prepared for Larry's final stream from that trailer tomorrow? Since he's getting evicted the day after. Well, somehow I don't think it's going to work out that way. Number one, considering there wasn't a date to move out by on that little notice that Vaughn so nicely typed up. And two, even if March 1st is the deadline, that's when they will start the eviction process. That's when Larry actually gets sued for eviction. And that takes a minute. It doesn't happen, the way Vaughn describes it. You give him verbal warning, then a written warning, and then they're out. No. Larry has gotten nothing from the court, from the government, nothing official that says he has to move out yet. Nothing. From the time he gets something official from the courts, which he probably will, then he has the 30 days or whatever. But he doesn't have to move just because Vaughn says so. Vaughn's not even the landlord. Vaughn has no lease agreement with Larry. None. Now, he is the executor in charge of that estate that owns that property. So he can say he wants him out. But yeah, Larry didn't even sign a rental agreement. It says Flubus. And Bernie added Big Larry, wait and bake, final stream. And Schneider says, yeah, he ain't filed shit in court. God, Schneider Handyman, don't you wish we could have read those papers he held up today? I wanted so badly to see his inventory list and assessment. But damn it, he didn't show the bottom half of it. You couldn't really see what he put in there. I really wanted to see a line that said, Ulysses S. Grant, $1,000 bills, and another line that said 1939 war bonds, value 200,000 times 100. Really wanted to see that. Yeah, there's no rental contract he can appeal. Absolutely, he can contest it. And he can go in there and very rightly say, I don't have a lease. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. This letter that I got didn't have any kind of amount on it. I don't even know how much my rent is anymore. I've had a verbal agreement with the person that's dead. Yeah, I wanted to see what it said too. And Schneider also added, Vaughn has no legal authority over anything, but then a dozen more court appearances. Yeah. Well, he did show the paper where he applied to be the executor, and that appeared to be stamped and filed and all that. So, yeah, he's probably the executor of the will. And the estate owns that property, so he has that much legal authority, but he still has to go through the court to make it happen. Alice fought World War II with her bare hands during the Great Depression, says Bernie. Yeah, he was Rosie the River. And Idaho Outdoors is correcting me. No, what I was saying is that he will have the property, but literally no money, and will be forced to do something. Yeah, I agree 100%. The only thing I can see is renting out the trailers to meth heads. I don't think anybody will rent from him. I think everybody down there knows Vaughn. Nobody's going to want to do business with the guy, even meth heads. But you're absolutely right. He's going to go through the money. He's going to burn through that money, and all he's going to have is the properties, which are actually a liability. And right, being the executor doesn't make him trustee of the estate. Absolutely. Being the executor doesn't mean he inherits anything. He is just executing the instructions in the will, which I think we all agree on. There's probably this original will is the same one being executed. And Idaho Outdoors adds maybe part out the trailers for scrap. Yeah, it's possible. It's his best chance, maybe. Maybe some twerp will buy the land. Who knows? And Larry Schneider Hanneman says, Larry says, Your Honor, he never told me to get out. Vaughn, I said it in the stream, Your Honor. He should have been watching. Yeah, that's going to go well. Spending $3K ain't in the will, folks. Sure isn't. Folks, spending $3K ain't in the will. For some tart on the internet. Excuse me for yawning. Tight in the chest today. It's probably the prednisone. Plus, I haven't done a nasal flush today. I should have done that before I walked. Oh well. A little stuffy. I'll do that afterwards. Squirt some nice warm water up in my deepest recesses of my sinuses. Revolver Bernie adds, Your Honor, I plead the fifth. Stinky. I plead the fifth. He can plead the fifth all he wants, so I can change it. That judge has got to know. He's got to know what's going on here. There's a imagine the guy in open court. Holy cow. And Fugue State says, yeah, he wanted to see that list so badly too. Did you notice that he wouldn't answer when he was asked what the amount of money he wrote down the list? Yeah, I did notice. I'm surprised he showed it at all, but he didn't show enough. He didn't show any kind of document that shows he owns that trailer either. And you said, yeah, maybe you should slow down a bit. No, I'm okay. It's not tight. It's just a little harder to breathe than usual. I'm fine. Oh, coming up on 2.5 miles, that said. We're almost halfway through. About 10 seconds. We'll have a time for you for 2.5. 2.5 mile time is going to be 44 minutes and 48 seconds. We burned 260 calories because we've done 10 laps. You can tell. Revolver Bernie says, I was trying to get my boy some Hot Wheels. The judge barely answered, but Mr. Helton, he's been adopted out years ago. You know, Stan, it's his legacy. It's Jerry's legacy. Them Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels are going to be worth millions of dollars. He actually thinks they're collectible after he takes them out of the box and plays with them. Hilarious. Ooh, yeah. Hilarious. Come on. Stay over there. Stop pulling my phone, Mr. Cord. Heart rate. That's going to come back up. So 112, 111. Pretty good. And Bernie says Fallout 4 is his reality. Yep, and that's just pathetic. He suffers from the Cyrex delusion. Adds Scotty's place. Fallout 4 is his reality, and that's because Fallout allows you to have sex with children. Let's be honest. We know why he likes that game. Yeah, as I said, Flubus, that's Jerry's legacy. He's passing on to the kids. And that's just pathetic. Just pathetic. It's just a little leany today. Probably because I got a cheap little clamp at Walmart. Oh, it's 20-something. It works okay. It's better than what we were doing. Where you were forced to look up my nostrils. I know nobody likes that. I'll get this thing at eye level now. Idaho Outdoor says he unironically will say this shit would be expensive in real life. Yeah, it's fake, Vaughn. Doesn't matter if it's based on something expensive, it's fake. Revolver Bernie says, but Judge, I made horse mods for my kids. Yeah. Okay, Vaughn, that's great. Horse mods for your kids. Very impressive. Oh, almost exactly halfway. We've walked 47 minutes, 25 seconds. Oh, I see. Now it all comes together, Gray Alien. Each Hot Wheels is worth a $1,000 bill. Each $1,000 bill is worth $20,000. Lots of bills times 20,000 is 30 billion. It's 11 trillion. That's it. It all makes sense now. Thank you for explaining that to me. The Hot Wheels are the $1,000 bills, and because they have a picture of Ulysses S. Grant on the number on the side of the card. That's where it all comes together now. Got it. Hadn't thought of that. Now I've got to figure out how to get the mason jars in there. I'll make that work. Maybe he's got mason jars screwed on the bottom of the gravy dome. You know, underneath the track, you shellac the lid to the cardboard there, or the particle board, whatever he uses. Screw them underneath. Yeah, that's how the mason jars get involved. Got this figured out. Vertical distance, 430 feet. Phone's kind of in my way, but I snuck around and looked at it. I could have used Mama's billions war bonds on them Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. Coming up on 2 3/4 miles. More about war bonds in just a moment. But we'll pause until we get our 2 3/4 mile time. It's coming up soon. And our 2 3/4 mile time today is 49 minutes, 17 seconds, 286 calories burned. War bonds, yeah. If you look them up, they would have had to have been Liberty bonds in 1939 because they didn't start issuing World War II war bonds until 1941. But if you go and look it up, especially Liberty bonds and World War II bonds, there wasn't anything sniffing $200,000. They didn't issue them that big of an amount. So it just can't be true. The only thing you could hope for is a collector might pay him extra. But none of those bonds had a cash value of $200,000 on maturity. None of them. Idaho asks, does Vaughn secretly know his eviction will be unsuccessful and Fat Larry will be there after the first? Or will be surprised and rage at the injustice? No, he will ignore it. He'll act like he never said it. And then come up with some completely new story about when he's going to have to be out. And just act like he never said that. That's the typical Vaughn pattern. And J-Dubs will be, yeah, you never said anything about March 1st. You watch. And Revolver Bernie says, there is only one reason why a dope pushing 60 is purchasing toys for kids. And we know what that is. Yeah, they might. They might. I'm convinced, I'm not going to say what, I think you know what we're talking about. I'm convinced from the behavior of those girls when they saw him, that infamous visitation video when they were painting, I'm convinced from that, I can't prove it. So I will no longer say I think it's true. I'm just gonna sit with it. And then it will be April, May, June, etc. Yeah. And Fugue State says, Vaughn's dad had $6 million in war bonds and insurance policies. Yeah. Apparently there's still $2 million in Ohio, just sitting there. CPS said he did. Well, I don't know that they did. I know they investigated an incident with Layla when she was very young, when Mouse was still there. And Vaughn wound up blaming it on Mouse and said Mouse was showing her porn in the back computer. Blah, 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 but it's whatever. Can't prove it one way or the other. Revolver Bernie says, Stinky tells on himself in every video. Yeah. Somebody pointed out today in the chat that it's funny he keeps saying David Anthony says he R-worded his kids. David Anthony never said that. Why is Vaughn so obsessed with defending that accusation that nobody's making? Literally nobody is saying that. And yet he keeps defending it. I find it odd. It's for the neighbors, boy. Yeah. No, the specific accusation is he R-worded his kids. And he constantly says somebody said that about him, and he didn't do it. Yeah, Bernie, it's the troll's fault. He pulled a loaded screwdriver on Mouse. Hey, man, he was just reaching for it. And she saw the gun somehow in the drawer with the screwdriver. Because I know I'd store my gun in a drawer with a screwdriver. Weird. Hey, man, he was just reaching for it. Not like he pointed the gun at her to make a stupid video with the chamber, with a bullet chamber. Never mind that. A hit dog gone holler. Hit dog gone holler. Oh. Flumus Cartel Vaughn explained that, says Gray Alien. The report was just what he was accused of. CPS are his biggest trolls. Yes, they are. I love how Vaughn is so specific about his lies that you can look stuff up and completely disprove everything he says. Coming up on 3 miles, we'll get back to some of Vaughn's big whoppers here lately, and how you can tell they're not true. But we're 10 seconds from 3 miles, so I'm going to have a time for you here in just a moment. 3-mile time today, 53 minutes and 45 seconds, 312 calories. Big whoppers lately. Oh, first, Revolver Bernie said, I will let Vaughn know I'm doing a necromancy spell to make midnight on him forever. We sure can get that to him. Big whoppers lately. 5 billion people on the planet are Hindus. Hinduism has 5 billion adherents. Well, I looked it up and it's like 1.2 billion. Never mind, there's just a hair under 8 billion people on the planet, so we knew that was wrong. So that's a big whopper. There were no lions in Egypt. If you watched my stream, I linked an article giving several examples of lions in Egypt and how Ramses II had them as pets and how their Leonopolis was a city in Egypt. Basically, Leonopolis translated would be City of Lions. They're all over the place in hieroglyphics. There's all kinds of sayings and religious, mystical beliefs about lions, and that they would be used to represent the king's power, etc., etc. There were lions in Egypt. Vaughn is an idiot. Vaughn is always wrong. And Fluba's Cartel says, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was abused Jerry in that way as well as possible. Bro Guy said he was lying his ass off the earlier stream. Gets hard to listen to sometimes, but you just gotta listen. Yeah? And Bernie said, a gray alien, it warms my blackened heart about zombie midnight. And Fugue State asks, was Vaughn told at one stage to get rid of his guns? I thought someone said that a few months back. Larry said he sold them, and he knows the guy he sold them to. I don't know that he was having to get rid of them. There is no lions in Egypt. Yeah, that was a whopper. That was a whopper. And Revolver Bernie says, I, for one, can take Vaughn on the plains of oblivion. Easy. I think any of us could probably take him. Every time he yells at somebody, go meet him at his front door and say that to his face. Yeah. The Egypt elite hunted them. Yeah. That was in that article, too. It was a pretty easy Google search. Took about 4 seconds. Lions in ancient Egypt. The Sphinx is a good example. It's head of a lion. Hello. Or head of a man, body of a lion, excuse me. Had that backwards. Vertical distance now 500 feet. We just hit 500 feet. Bernie had said I got Zeo de Dong in my corner. But first I have to make a shoe out of J-dubs. Bro Guy says, Vaughn saying he can't bathe his kids because he'd be accused of SA sounds way overly defensive. Yeah, every parent has to wash their kid. Well, no, he wouldn't wash them. They're preteens. Yeah, but Vaughn, they're preteens until they're 13. 4-year-olds are preteens. You still have to bathe them. 2-year-olds are preteens. You dumbass. Before teenage. Says the weirdest defenses. Well, they're preteens. Of course, they can wash themselves. Huh? Plus, they weren't really preteens. One search, it took me to find carved lions from ancient. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're all over the place. And Cat asks to Revolver Bernie, what kind of fucked up name is that? Zeo de Dong. It's a Brett Keenism. Cat, you should know that one. They're like Zeo de Dong. Mons get CP trying to not get caught for SA. Coming up on 3 1/4 miles. 10 seconds. It'll be real exciting to see what's on those hard drives in the back. 3 1/4 mile time, 58 minutes. 58 minutes and 14 seconds. 338 calories, which tells us we just finished 13 laps. I get so excited whenever Vaughn's got his screen share up and he starts going through files, trying to look at his folders. Never have been able to really see anything yet. Sometime he'll slip. He'll slip. It'll happen. there will be there'll be an icon or something, or a file name that's, I'll slip. Only a matter of time. Swing arms for a little bit. Those mysterious hard drives can lead 20 to life. Yep. Fugue State said Vaughn only starts to watch them when they turn 13. Yeah, they're preteens. You don't have to watch them until they're teenagers. Ugh, disgusting. Remember, this is the man that got sick changing diapers. Wouldn't let him have any liquids after 6 p.m. Wash with what? He ain't got no water. And he doesn't have any soap because he doesn't have any money. Because when you don't have any money, you can't get stuff that you need money to buy. I get that about right? I know it's a Brett thing, says Kat. It's funny he followed his made up name. What kind of fucked up name is that? Oh, I see. Gotcha. What you made up, Brett? What you made up? Zeo Dadon. Fucked up name is that? Secular Marshall says, I thought he had 30,000. Well, last week he admitted he was down to 20,000. So we got that. I know, of course, G-Man has tons of money. Why didn't he get me a lawyer? Because I didn't have any money. And you need to have money to be able to buy soap with money. The rhyme of Zeo Dadon. Every time he said money, he about ate that mic. It's hilarious. Vaughn is so fucking lazy, he can barely get up to microwave his food properly. Also allow money! I think the water is still off. Schneider. Yeah. He's never showed any running water. You'd think he would have. Money! Definitely stinky looking greasy. Schneider says, can you imagine sending some chick $3,000 while your water is off? Yeah, I can't imagine him doing that. Can't imagine doing it myself, but I can imagine Vaughn. Trying to get some strange. I can see it. According to Vaughn, the trolls got G-Man sacked from 5 jobs. Yeah, where the fuck did that come from? Not even G-Man said that. G-Man said the 1 job. And we know that wasn't true. G-Man said never said anything about 5 jobs. G-Man probably hasn't had 5 jobs in his fucking life. How's he gonna get fired from 5 of them? His best job is keeping his sister's couch warm. Give me a fucking break. Get the fuck out of here with 5 jobs. Get the fuck out of here. And Standing with Ukraine says the water company can let you go without paying for so long. Yeah. Bernie says, I, for one, ought to catfish Vaughn as a 13-year-old for $3K. It can be done. Yeah, Schneider says, bitching yesterday, he can only afford Dollar General food while blowing $3K. Get the fuck out of here with 5 jobs for G. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Oh, we just passed 3.5 miles. Fuck the time, who cares? 63 minutes or so. Got fired. Never got fired because of us. He locked the kid in the store. Yeah, and G-Man also couldn't stop streaming from work, which is never a great idea. Idaho says he should use his hunting and outdoor prowess to secure some game meat. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Schneider says, added, his water was cut off a month ago. Boss Lacote TV says, thumbs up. And pink wave. Hello to you, sir. Hello to you, too. face, red heart shape. I don't think your emoji code's working there. It's more of a YouTube thing unless it's a StreamYard thing. Maybe it's working on the YouTube side. Probably is. It probably looks silly right now. But on my StreamYard side, it comes up colon face hyphen red hyphen heart hyphen shape colon. That's cool. I appreciate the effort. Bernie says, I'm a crippled veteran. Seconds later, Stinky runs to burning food. Oh, support from the Philippines. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the support and kind words and encouragement and all that good stuff. We're breathing heavy and sweating today. Our heart rate's up to about 120. Schneider Handyman adds, G-Man used to sit on camera screaming at atheists for up to 5 hours a day live on cam from the back room, I recall. I've seen those videos. I don't recall like I was there at the time, but I recall from seeing those videos. I had brief interactions with G-Man on Google Plus, just because I was more of a following around Darth Dawkins guy, and he would come up occasionally. Idaho Outdoor says he could also hitch a ride with Larry's wife and the neighbor to get free food at the church. Yeah, every last Friday of the month. Absolutely. Absolutely, he could. And I'm sure they would give it to him. But that's not the stuff Vaughn wants to eat. But hey, we got Trailer Park Elvis fired from the job he never had. Yeah, wouldn't Trailer Park Elvis's whole shtick was he was roaming the country in an RV? Yeah, Idaho, literally free food within miles of his home. I mean, wasn't it the whole shtick of Trailer Park Elvis? Not working and living in an RV off the grid and all that shit. Whatever, Vaughn. Don't forget we got Emo Howling Wolf swatted. Because that's not a lie. Schneider says, yeah, I knew him from back then through THN. Revolver Bernie says, I love that Vaughn reads my comments in G-Man's stream. The threat is real. You can say it keeps changing from stream to stream if he has money or not. Says he has a team of lawyers trying to get him sick benefits, and the next stream he has no money at all. Almost like he's lying. Blue's back, says Schneider Handyman after 8 years. I finally did call someone in real life about helping, called Animal Control. Schneider says still is. Standing with Ukraine, Vaughn does not have any teeth. Still want him to eat that bowl of Captain Crunch with no milk. You just swallow them whole. Gum plate them a little bit and swallow them with some spit. And lots of highs going on in the chat, lots of good spirits. That's what we like to see. People having fun. Saying hi to good old friends and new acquaintances. Vaughn lost his teeth to trolls, haters, and naysayers in a bet. Yeah, he did. Coming up on 3 3/4 miles. Have some stats for you stat crunchers. Keep track of my pace. Our 3 3/4 mile, our 3 3/4 mile time, 67 minutes, 11 seconds, 390 calories, which means 15 laps we've completed. Fucking emos. Oh my goodness. Yeah, good for you, Blue. I wish they'd actually have done something. You at least talked to a person. I couldn't even get through to anybody. So, good on you. And maybe somebody else followed your lead and the guy actually went out and talked to Vaughn. It's possible. We can hope. Oh. 31 minutes left to walk. We've walked 68 minutes total so far. Getting a little fatigued, but not too bad. Going to make it just fine. I'm really sweaty. Blue says, to standing with Ukraine, you were mad at me about that. When I suggested Helton could leave the Captain Crunch out in the air to soften it, you piped up, shut the hell up, Blue. Why do I think you might have just been busting your balls? Fucking who are Gary standing with Ukraine? I assume that's supposed to be who. Like, don't Don't give Vaughn any help. What's wrong with you? Oh, wait till Solar gets back on a live stream with Vaughn, and I call his ass. It's gonna be funny. Schneider's was great. It was good inspiration for what's to come next. Kind of building on the whole Solar went and took a shit on Schneider's front porch. It's coming, folks. And we're going to include Wendy in our little game and a few more claims about the frosts and what I might or might not be providing for them. Because, you know, I'm financing this whole thing. But, you know. Fugue State says the trolls got Jerry's money turned off because we knew it would kill Vaughn. But he didn't die, so what the fuck is he talking about? And Schneider says, support your program 100%, Todd. Try going out and finding a nice local park near a lake and walk and talk. Yeah, we may get to that. Yeah. Going to start doing live fishing streams, yeah. That pier you were on, yeah, the dock. The pier that's falling apart, yeah, that looks fun. And Standing said, Blue, you got a better memory than me. Can't remember what I did for breakfast a few days ago. My problem is getting the phone to live stream, but I suppose I can just record it, use the selfie stick and record it and then air it later. I like the live interaction when I'm walking too much, I think. If I go, I don't know, maybe I've got an older iPhone. It doesn't like not being near a Wi-Fi source when it comes to running StreamYard. Maybe I just go straight on YouTube, not do so much fancy stuff. It's a possibility. Blue says, I suggest a THN grand meeting in the summer of 2024 in Manchester. Cool. I don't know if I could get enough days away. It's not that I don't have the time earned. I just don't feel like I can leave my job. So I'm running the whole damn parts department by myself lately. I don't want to leave those guys without a parts guy for that long. Not a fan of it. A day? Yeah, I can get away with it. Several days? Not comfy. I've got a notification. The live is live with, for those of you in the religious debate arena, at Dark Matter 2525 and Shannon Q are hosting over on The Line, which is Jimmy's show. Not the Amazing Atheist, I can't remember what his handle is. Mr. Atheist, Jimmy. It's his show. Hey, 4 miles coming up, 71 minutes and 39 seconds, 416 calories. Yeah, those piers are like 2 miles from you, Schneider. Not too bad, it's a brisk walk. Making a wagon to pull out all my fishing gear there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got your bait, food, ice, beer, radio, sun, engines. All day Sundays. That's the way to spend a Sunday. And Blue says, Helton was screaming today that you said you lived in New York. Yeah, he can't fathom that people sometimes move. I mean, gosh, you've been in Virginia for a while. It's almost like Vaughn doesn't watch your channel. Amazing. But whatever. That's the trouble with Vaughn. He's full of shit. He's full of shit. Fucking nuts. Full of shit. Stinky has lived in the same place for 30 years. He had a point well taken with Homer Bernie. And Fugue State, yeah, have you tried out that fishing spot you were scouting last week? I think that's what he was saying he's going to start doing on Sundays. That old broken down pier. And Bernie added, just because he loved a few young boys in Ohio. It's sad. Schneider says, yeah, Vaughn seems to be the only one that doesn't know I've moved. About 8 months now. Yeah, what an idiot. What an idiot that guy is. He always says I live in California. It's like, dude, do you remember J-Dub's got all mad about land of the red men? What Oklahoma means? He just can't keep it in his freaking brain. He's not good with facts. Let's put it that way. Man is not good with facts. And Idaho said, yeah, what was that, all that noise about the neighbor boy down the road? Vaughn said on the stream randomly that James Arnold Frost had told his mother, or told his mother that, or his mother told him, or whatever, that he was messing around with a neighbor boy. Nobody knows. It just came out of nowhere. It was, all the evil that the Frosts have done to him, it just came up. That James Arnold told his mother that he was messing around with a neighbor boy. Not even good with his own facts. Yeah, that's true, Cody's place. Horse Mod 24/7 adds revolver Bernie. Yeah, that's an image I don't need to know. Don't need to see in my head anymore. Game horses don't need vaginas. And Fugue State says, Todd, are you sure it's you bankrolling everything? Because it could be David Anthony. I mean, you and him are identical. Yeah, we look exactly alike. We could be twins. Identical twins, hell. I don't think David has as much money as I do. I don't really know. He could, but I suspect he doesn't. Yeah, I'm bankrolling the whole operation. The whole Get Vaughn. Silent partner. Absolutely. More dark magics from James Arnold. There you go. He was doing his mind control shit that he learned, in the army and all. He was doing the Special K thing to him there. Giving him a little of that Special K. James Arnold caught a bit of local Ohio backyard bumming. Wow. Have to go, folks, after midnight here. Take care, Todd. Thank you, Cody's Place. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the good chat. With that said, we're coming up on 4¼ miles. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of this walk today. Have your time. It's going to be a hair over 76 minutes. Yeah. 4¼ mile time today, 76 minutes and 8 seconds, 442 calories. That means we just finished lap 17, folks. We're cooking. 22:45 remaining. How dare you move, Schneider, and not tell Vaughn? How dare you move and not tell Vaughn? Come on. How dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you? Oh. What goes on in Ohio stays in Ohio. Bernie is correct. It's not just for Vegas anymore. What happens in Ohio stays in Ohio. Wink, wink. What's our vertical distance now? I feel like we've climbed a couple of mountains. 680 feet. Calves are feeling it a little today. That double walk yesterday was probably not a great idea. Over-exercising can actually raise your cortisol levels, which will make you store excess fat. The thing with men my age usually is you lose your butt and your thighs and you gain a belly. And Schneider says, well, I'll have to grab some wings for my son and I. Good for you. Catch y'all later. Thanks for coming, Schneider. Appreciate it. Have some lovely wings. I miss wings. I really like wings. I'm not going to eat them for a while until we get this diabetes under control. Have a couple for me. Need to take a break from this walking. No, I'm good. I'm good. Once a day, I can do it. I can't recommend coming back and doing more the same day. That's probably a bad idea because, like I was saying, it raises your cortisol. Just your opinion? No, it's all right. It's good. It's good. It's what I know. I grew up, as a junior high and high school wrestling. This is the way I know to drop weight. And I remember having your mom pay for Golden Corral as nurturing. I'll try and keep that in mind. Maybe the Golden Corrals are different on the east. Around here, they're pretty low-grade dog food, honestly. It's just funny to me that he thinks Golden Corral is fine cuisine or something. Because around here, it's pretty shitty. Now, Sizzler was Those guys can make a steak. The Golden Corral, ugh. No, no. And Revolver Bernie says, don't worry, Blue, no jury will prosecute. Yeah, Blue, I was a wrestler in high school and junior high. My dad was a collegiate wrestler, and a pretty good one, at Oklahoma City University, which is now he was at Central State University, which is now Oklahoma Central University. University of Central Oklahoma, I'll get it right. It was CSU, now it's UCO. And it was a pretty good wrestling school in proximity to Oklahoma State. And some good wrestling that goes around here. And he really wanted me to be a collegiate wrestler, and I really didn't like it very much. But I did it, for my dad. I stuck it out through high school. But yeah, there were a lot of weeks I just had to make weight real quick. And I started running around with pullovers like this, real hot stuff, and just running all over town. Dropped weight like crazy. Golden Corral is for upperclassmen only, says Idaho. Fugue State says Vaughn thinks everybody is trying to curse him or perform dark magic on him. Blewett said, I tell Ronnie Ray to shoot him all the time. He'd so get away with it. Yeah, Idaho, LOL. Oh, Revolver Bernie says Golden Corral is for the bourgeois. I did not know that. And Blue says, I never fight wrestlers, no way. Well, I wasn't a very good one, and it was a very long time ago. But that's probably good advice. They know how to get your ass on the ground. Usually will have a hell of an advantage over you when they do. You think you're just going to punch like a boxing match, and a wrestler's going to come in, wrap his leg around your chest before you know it, and have you on the ground, kicking you in the face with his toe. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. Vaughn fought Man Mountain Marco. Man Mountain Marco? Got a Kentucky thing? Oh, we just passed 4.5 miles. For those of you who are OCD, I'm sorry for missing the time. It was about 80-50, 80-45, something like that. We're at 470 calories. And our vertical distance, 716 feet. Revolver Bernie says, J-Dubs might do another bathtub video if Vaughn offers to wrestle. Wow. And Standing with Ukraine adds, Golden Corral was the shit. Yeast rolls, honey butter, memories, money! Blue says, wrestlers, African-American women, and little people. No way. Gotta walk away. Those little fuckers bite. And the little people fight hard too. African-American women, they just pull your hair. They get you by the hair. And don't let go. Start swinging your ass around. It's not pretty. It's not what you want to do. Thrown around by your hair. Those groups can fight. I keep thinking of that South Park with the little person, Cartman fighting him. That guy. David Packman. They know how to go for the eyes too, yeah. Revolver Bernie says this Tyrone J-Dubs talks about ought to smack him around for a while. Yep. I'm Standing with Ukraine says, just imagine, Vaughn could qualify for senior discount if he had the money to pay for Golden Corral. But he doesn't have any money. I'm glad nobody's in here. I'm glad the office is closed and I'm alone in the fitness center where I can talk about Vaughn's money. Blue, Vaughn seems to be suffering from the delusion that he would kick your ass. Yeah, show me that. Yeah, I get it. Fugue Stated said, yeah, Vaughn always seems to think he can kick everybody's ass. So I told him to show up at his door. He's very confident. Bam! He's a hot dog. Bam! You ever notice that wiener's got an awful lot of slop at the bottom? I mean, an awful lot of slop. Knocking down building slop. Oh, that's good. That's good intake right there. Ooh, that'll last us another 10 minutes or so. Wow, there's sweat all over the treadmill brain unit here because I've been doing that. I think I've been slinging sweat on it. Blue says I offered to fight him on neutral ground, and he screamed, "Neutral ground don't matter." Okay. So is that a refusal or name the place? Revolver Bernie's a foot taller than Vaughn. My fart could send him into outer darkness. Probably. I'm 5'11". I think he's 5'3"-ish. 5'4" maybe. I'm half a foot taller than him. At least. Probably more. He'll probably come up about here on me. Coming up on 4 3/4 miles. I will not miss this one. I'll give you a time. Over 85 minutes. Our 4 3/4 mile time today, 85 minutes, 4 seconds. 494 calories, which means we just finished 19 laps. Coming around for lap 20. It's exciting, 5 miles. And I would walk 5 miles, 411. I think Vaughn's 411, 280 pounds. Yeah. He says he's 212. I really want him to step on a scale and prove he's a liar. Idaho Outdoors says it's weird how the gods of freedom religion have his hands tied, but he was free to exercise his full powers when he was merely an apostate from Jehovah and Moloch. He spelled freedom religion wrong. It's 2 words, free dumb. F-R-E-E space D-U-M-B space religion. Freedom religion. And hey, guess what, guys? We're hitting another milestone. 500 calories. We just hit it. Isn't that terribly exciting? We have our vertical distance now 761 feet. Heart rate's 120. 1245 remaining. I'm doing my barbell work in the morning. It's getting easier and easier. Switched over to sets of 10 on a few of them. Curls and presses, I can do sets of 10. The flies, I'm sticking with 5. Flies freaking hurt. But that's really working this stuff. I don't want to do a ton of weight training yet. I'm not ready. Revolver Bernie said the sacred tome of freedom religion is just any hentai laying around. Stupidity doesn't cost a cent, adds Broga. Yeah. I still think you're all spelling freedom religion wrong. I think it's freedom. And I base that on the way Vaughn says it. Freedom religion. Oh. Tired and sweaty, guys. Sweaty being the operative word here. Super sweaty. This is just disgusting. I say it one word, freedom. Yeah, that works. You still get the emphasis on the first syllable, but it's still freedom. Vertical distance 776 feet. We have 11:05 remaining. Can we push through? Of course we can. Of course we can. What a day. What a day. Fugue State says, Blue, he has said something about you being skinny. I think it was his first stream of the day when he was talking to Smolix. Yeah. Skinny, huh? Coming up on 5 miles. We're 4.96. Almost there. Then we'll have about a half mile left. Vaughn did a second stream. Yeah, it's on my Lindsey Borden channel. I caught him live. Flubus. Why aren't you on my channel? What are you, like working or something? What's wrong with you? I'm working and I managed to snipe the guy with TeamViewer. It's pretty easy. 5 mile time coming up. 5 mile time today is going to be 89 minutes and 33 seconds. 520 calories, which you know that means 20 laps walk. 5'9", 150 is pretty darn skinny. Yep, you're a rail. Congratulations. Oh. "90 minutes. We've been walking an hour and a half. Feels like we just started, doesn't it?" And Revolver Bernie says, "This day I now consecrate Todd as the Grand Duke of the Freedom Religion. Hashtag official seal of gods." Wow. What do I give it that? Set of bowls or something? Cape? Can I get a red cape for that? And Flubus Cartel says, "I think a lot of us have mastered the ability to browse the web on the job." Yeah. They don't pay me enough not to. There you go. Well, those of us with the more desk type jobs have downtimes. And nobody that works around me cares that I'm on YouTube or whatever, as long as I get my job done. And I get my job done. Blue says, "But Little Urge claimed that he could body slam me with one hand." Yeah, I don't think so. He couldn't body slam one of those dogs with one hand. He has no upper body strength. Look at the guy. He's rounder than he is tall. He's a ball. Talks about the ballers. Let's talk about the ball Vaughn. To finish this up, I get to go home and eat my goulash. Got that to look forward to. It's a lot of food. 1/7 of the recipe. Brogat says, "Yeah, I spend all day listening to YouTube, but I can't always comment because of work." Yeah, I get busy. I get it. Happens to me all the time when I'm sniping. I'll just disappear from the chat for 20 minutes at a time. Revolver Bernie says, "Herb couldn't body slam a burger." Probably right. Oh, I got good old goulash made with turkey beef, and you know what? I can't even tell. I put enough fresh onion and garlic in there to cook with it. You can't tell it's not beef, honestly, in the recipe. And I got the lower sodium marinara sauce. That's where most of the calories are for that recipe, but not terrible. The amount of food I'm getting for 520 calories is insane. And I could knock 200 off just by drinking water instead of milk. You know, a glass of milk isn't so bad for you. Isn't so bad for you. I remember drinking a lot of milk bodybuilding, so that's 30 years ago. Yeah, about 30. Maybe 40 years ago. Yeah, I was 16. About 40 years ago. Milk. You use the Rouse marinara. Got the reduced sodium Prego. I checked several bottles with a calorie count. It seemed to be the best. The garlic and herb one, I think. I eat pepper steak like a man, says Bernie. Like a man! I do like a good pepper steak. I don't like to cook it. It's a pain in the ass. Pounding that stuff thin. Coming up on 5 1/4. 5 1/4 miles, almost. What time in a moment. Our 5.25 mile time today, 94 minutes, 1 second. 1 second, 546 calories. Yeah, it must be nice to have money for all that food. Rails, marinara, whole wheat penne pasta, and ground turkey. Yeah, see, that's pretty much my goulash. Other than I use regular pasta elbows. This is not a ton of calories there. The ground turkey is perfect. And then I add some Italian seasoning and cook the meat with fresh onion and garlic. That's about it. Oh, and I add a larger can of sweet corn kernels and a large can of cut green beans to my goulash. Gotta get some veggies in there. Other than that, we're eating about the same thing. Lots of salt and pepper. I don't put cheese on it because it's gonna push the calorie count up, and I find it doesn't really need it. Some salt and pepper on there, it tastes great the way it is. I find it really doesn't need it. Got a little problem. We gotta pee. Suddenly I gotta pee. Drink a lot of water today. But I've only got about 4 minutes remaining, so I can hold that off. Mom knows nothing about fighting, says Fugue State. And Bernie says I will make anyone from the Discord with pollute with 1K if they can find Herb's resume. You think any such thing exists? 847 feet, guys. You'll pay anyone $1,000 if they can find Herb's resume. I don't think there's anything to find. Or are you just saying they can find where he actually worked? If you could find a way to hack into his SSA.gov account, but you'd have to have certain doxing information that I don't think anybody's going to have. What time is it where you are right now? 6:39 p.m. Central Time. Standing says that I saute veggies and rice with chicken. Got some really good sweet chili sauce. That's divine. Yeah, that sounds like a yummy chicken over rice. I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. I can't do the fast food Chinese like Panda Express because they add too much sugar to their batters and coatings and stuff. If you look up their calorie counts on their website, I thought, oh, Chinese, I can eat some Chinese. Oh my God, not there. The Hero's Quest, yeah. Yeah, Fugue State, good protein and milk. That's why I don't mind. It's a lot of calories for the, you can see my big glass. It's a lot of calories, but milk's good for you. Not gonna hurt anything. And like I said, my maintenance calories should be about 2,300. And today I think I posted 1,350 or something. I'm down there. I'm down there on my calorie count. We should be losing, but I think we may have to address this cortisol issue. It's making my body, hold on to all the fat stores. We will figure it out. I did not call the men's clinic today. I meant to. Probably should. I still really want to resolve this stuff with my general practitioner. He's going to put me on some other kind of diabetes pill. I'd rather have that started up before I go to the men's clinic. But I have Stinky's high school photos that can be found. Never seen his high school photos, other than obviously the Karate Kyle and the video we did. Coming up on 5.5, guys. A little bit of time here. And our 5.5 minute time for today, 5.5 mile time, 98 minutes, 29 seconds, 572 calories. We only have about 22 seconds before we go into cool down, so we're almost there. Vertical distance is going to be about 872. 15 seconds remaining. It's going going to sit about there, maybe 873. Because as soon as we go into cool down, off goes the incline. 3, 2, 1. Hear the belt slowing, and hear the incline being taken off. We are in cool down. He was big nerd. Yeah, we've seen Karate Kyle. He looked like a big nerd. We can go ahead and unplug here so the damn thing quits pulling on my phone. Throw that down on the floor. A minute and a half to cool down walking. We did 5.55 miles, about 577 calories. Good day. We almost got 600, getting up in that area. That just burned off my salad, see? The 600 calorie big salad. Which I could take the croutons off and make about a 500 calorie salad. But I like croutons. It's worth 100 calories. And I used to drench my salads in dressing. Did so much better there. Just enough to just barely coat. Everything gets stirred up real good. A little bit of dressing on just about everything. That's all you need. You need a lot of it. If you're licking it off the bottom of the bowl at the end, you put too much dressing on. The cabbage helps too. I shred cabbage hearts and it tends to soak up the dressing pretty good. Surprisingly tasty too. Just buy a cabbage, I cut the ends off quite a bit. Take those leaves on the outside and I cut down the cabbage hearts where it's kind of yellow on the inside. It's good stuff. Has kind of an egg texture like my mushrooms do. All right, about 10 seconds to go. Remember Pizza Hut salad bar? Absolutely. Loved it. Still have them around here, actually. Pizza Hut and Mazio's has a good salad bar. 2, 1, we're stopped. Here's our stats, guys. Laps completed 22.5. Oh, well. I hit the stop button, so it's not going to tell me, and it's fine. We are out of here. Got my mobile device. I got my headset. We're heading home. We're going to do a way out. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm real sweaty. Real sweaty. Oh, it's nice out here. It's just a beautiful evening. You can't make them any better than this. I'm going to say it's right around 60. It's just a hair of a cool breeze. Just perfect. They don't make days like this anymore. Considering we're at the end of February, it's unbelievable. It's this nice. But we're about to go into March, and March through May is our severe weather season. Here it comes. It's going to be a good one, or a bad one, depending on how you look at it, but a lot of big storms is the prediction. Oh, I am a tired sucker, and I got to pee. I'm going to do that. Venus is in conjunction with something. I couldn't tell what it was, but I saw 2 stars close together, planets, over in the sky in the west. Somebody on the chat can probably tell me what Venus is in conjunction with right now, but I don't know. We are back. Got to mute. Hello. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to pee. I'll be right back. Oh, my goodness. All right, kick these shoes off. Ow. Get this sweaty thing off. Sweaty shit. God. A sweaty motherfucker, let me tell you. Holy shit. Let's see if we can use this the way it is now. Change the camera around. Whoops. It's super slow, but I think I can get you a picture of the scale. Let's see where we ended up today. Let's put the iPhone in the stream. It's a little laggy, but I bet it'll work if I hold it there long enough. Okay, hopefully you saw that. 217.6, and we weighed in at 219.6, so this just seems to be a 2-pound affair every time we do this for the full length. So thank you guys for being here. We will do it again tomorrow, and hopefully get some Vaughn to snipe in the morning with some more epic rage. It's been fun. Thank you guys all for your encouragement, for coming and chatting with me. I appreciate it. It really helps the time go faster. Until next time, bye-bye.